You know what we need in America, and we're seeing a lot of this? We need warriors. We need people who are willing to fight. We need people who are willing to stand up for what is right. And there's a great example of a warrior fighting the good fight in New York City. I've known Curtis Sliwa for a long time. He was so kind to me when I first got my big radio break in New York City. And, of course, the founder of the Guardian Angels, the familiar Red Beret. He survived an assassination attempt. Somebody tried to kill him in a taxi cab years ago. I mean, this guy, during the summer of 2020, when the riots and the looting were taking place, he got his jaw broken trying to defend a building, a business from being attacked by the violent rioters, the peaceful protesters. And now Curtis announced he's going to run for mayor of New York City. I had a chance to sit down with Curtis the other day. I want you to say hello to Curtis Sliwa, who is defined as an activist, radio host, now politician, because he's running for mayor in New York City as a Republican. New Yorkers are standing up and cheering right now for you because I think they're fed up with de Blasio, but do you think you'd have the kind of momentum, the mojo you'd need to defeat the Democrat machine at City Hall?
Even though Bill de Blasio was term limited out, thank God for that. Most people don't know that.
Right.
So they actually assume I would be running against Bill de Blasio, who is universally despised. At this point, Mike, he has no friends on the left, the right, the middle, the apolitical. In 2 weeks of campaigning, because I've been the last candidate to announce, I have spoken to thousands of people in all 5 boroughs. Only one person came up to me when I would use my standard line if they weren't a Republican. I'd say, well, you could agree with me that Bill de Blasio is the worst mayor in our lifetime. And not only do they nod their heads, but they actually give the finger when I mention his name, some of the New Yorkers. Well, one guy actually came up to me and said, Curtis, I like the work you've done with the Guardian Angels, but you know something? I really like Bill de Blasio. And I looked around and said, you better not say that too loud, because you will have no support. The people in the streets hate him. The people in the suites hate him. And whoever replaces him as the Democratic candidate is going to be just like Bill de Blasio, if not worse. So that works to my favor.
There are 5 life stories that could be done in a movie, a book about your life. You have taken on the bad guys. That's sort of the Guardian Angels mantra. I've been with you on subways, and I've seen you go right to a confrontation.
Let me take you back to June 1st, June 2nd of this past summer. My comrade Bill de Blasio, the part-time mayor that doped from Park Slope, ordered the police to stand down. Stand down. And they were not permitted to engage the rioters and looters. Your listeners probably remember the scenes, like locusts through a cornfield. Thousands of young people flooding into Macy's in Herald Square, the largest department store in America, and they looted it. And in that area of Midtown, the Guardian Angels, along with myself, we fended off the looters. We were battling them. The next night it was in Soho. They came back by the thousands. Again, the police were told to stand down. They came through the area. They said, Curtis, please, for your lives, for the Guardian Angel lives, leave the area. We can't help you. We can't protect you. I looked to the men and women of the Guardian Angels, who, as you know, Mike, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, from all different backgrounds. And I said, look, this might be our final night on this earth. We did not surrender. We did not retreat. I had a broken jaw. Other Guardian Angels were seriously injured, taken to the ICU at Bellevue. I'm so proud to say that we did it in the American way. We did not submit to mob rule, and many people were empowered by what we did in their neighborhoods and actually began patrolling their own neighborhoods the next night, because those looters, those marauders, those shooters, they were shooting, were threatening to take down the city and burn it. You remember Newsom, the leader of Black Lives Matter, who said, burn it down, burn it down. And I said to him, over my dead body and the dead bodies of the Guardian Angels. And eventually they backed off. They backed off, Mike.
This is the guy who needs to be the next mayor of New York City, Curtis Sliwa for mayor.com. As my son Micah always calls, he says Curtis Sliwa is a real-life Batman. I just watched that goofy Justice League movie the other night and all the superheroes. And frankly, to the Gallagher family and to millions of people, New Yorkers and beyond, you are a superhero. Curtis, I wish you nothing but the best. I've just gone, as we're talking, I went to Curtis Sliwa for mayor.com to do my part. I hope everybody does. Keep fighting the good fight. Come back and visit with us as you go on this journey. And we're praying for you, my friend. We need you now more than ever.
Oh, yeah, we can use your financial help because we're so far behind AOC, All Out Crazy, and her Justice Warriors. We are going to stop her from taking over the city of New York. Just like I stopped the looters physically, I'm going to stop the DSA and AOC All Out Crazy and become the next mayor of the city of New York and return it to the greatness and the grandeur, Mike, that you know it to be. And I'm opening up the Great White Way, Broadway, off-Broadway. So come to New York City. Come, spend your money. It's going to be safe and secure when I'm the mayor, Curtis Sliwa, in 2021.
I love that guy. And, man, if you want to talk about a potential mayor with guts, with perseverance, who loves the city, he's got New York in his veins. Curtis Sliwa for mayor.com.